fashion. 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 Fashion, fashion, fashion. Just fair warning, I hate myself and I want to die today, so I'm going to try to do this job today. But I just wanted to put that on the table so maybe people listening to this video will know, take it. Okay, a couple questions that I get asked every day is, number one, GI, Zach, ZC, how do I become a high value? How do I get hotter girls? The answer to both questions is the same concept. It's a concept I call leveling. If you've been following me for a while, you know this concept was one of the most important concepts in my style of game. It figures prominently in my system toolkit, cookbook, workbook, service manual, which is only available for the next 10 minutes. No matter when you watch this fucking video, we have spies out there who know when you watch it, and if you fucking call up or fucking click the link and it's fucking 11 minutes after you started watching this shit, we're gonna tell you fuck you. Alright, with that out of the way. Terrible ennui, stare into the abyss. Let's get into leveling. Okay, let's get into how you can up your value as a guy and up the quality of the fucking whores that you're fucking, so you can stick it in better warm holes. That's all you fucking pathetic men want anyways. In order to understand leveling, there's a couple things you need to understand is what women are looking for in men. Women are rating men just as you motherfucking men are rating them. And it's not just on appearance. I know you guys rate women on whether they smoke cigarettes too, but for women, it's more based on social feedback, your behavior, status in society, which I have none, so... Well, actually, I'm being a little fucking ungrateful bitch because I have a lot of status in society that I fucking discount because it's not what I wanted, because it's not my upper middle class white dream status that I grew up thinking I was entitled to. Okay, another thing is girls don't want just a high value guy. For a girl, it's not just about getting pregnant with the guys, it's about actually having a motherfucker stick around and raise the kid. So what a girl wants is a guy who's out of her league, but only a little bit out of her league. Enough so that there's a good chance that the motherfucker will actually stick around and help raise the kid. So a girl that's like a 7 is a little scared by a guy who's a 10. Doesn't really want a 10 necessarily, but would be really, really happy with a guy who's an 8. Because that'd be a win for her, but at the same time it's plausible, believable, would make sense that he would stick around, help her raise the kids, and be a good dad. So that's what the woman is looking for. And so what that means is, as you develop yourself as a man, develop certain traits that are indicating where your level is, it may work really well with certain hoes, bitches, women, females, divine feminines, whatever you want to fucking call them. I don't fucking care. I want to die today. I don't give a fuck what you want to call them. There's certain honest signals of exactly where you are. A 7 out of 10, and on a signal that you're an 8 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 or whatever. I'll give you an example of this in the area of fashion. I'll give you an example of what some low-level behaviors and what some high-level behaviors and what some really high-level behaviors in fashion might be. Alright, so in fashion, a really low level might be, let's say that you wear cheap, dirty Kmart clothes, motherfucker. That doesn't convey a lot of really good things about you. Conveys not a lot of money, not a lot of style, not a lot of care towards your appearance. It gives you about a 2 out of 10 rating as a guy. Let's say instead of that, you have maybe some Levi's jeans, Nike shirt, but let's say they're just like standard Levi's jeans, standard Nike shirt, not fitting the greatest. That's kind of average. That's maybe like a 4 or 5 as a guy, something like that, right? It's a little bit better. A little bit better than a Kmart guy. A little bit better as a Kmart buy. It might be next level up as you wear brands, but they don't fit you that well. They don't coordinate that well, but they're nice brands. Or, for example, you're wearing like a business suit, a relatively nice business suit. Not cheap, but not like super tailored, not like Italian and all that shit. And super cut, bespoke to your body and all that shit, but just like a nice business suit, dude. It just says you're successful, you're not poor, you probably have a good job, but it's not saying you're super, super cool. If you show up to a hot club wearing that business suit, they're not going to be like, come right this way, suit. They're going to be like, would you like to buy a bottle, sir? Because they're going to assume maybe you have some money, but they're not going to assume that you're kind of the guy that brings value to the club just by being cool. On the other hand, really high level fashion would be having sort of what the brand is that's in the mode at the moment, and also well fitting, in style, and you're not dressed up in the sense of dressed up in a suit and tie, but you're well dressed. You've given some care to your appearance. You're what the club is looking for. And the club's like, okay, this guy belongs, this guy fits in. The girls are thinking the same thing. This guy clearly not only is successful, but also gets it. Those are the various levels in terms of fashion and style and how girls respond to those various levels. And right away, from the first second, she can take one look at you and know what level you're at. This guy's a 2 out of 10, or this guy's a 9 out of 10. That's the ideal leveling. It's a little more complicated when we talk about behaviors, but no less critical, and no less what you're being judged on as a man. You're not saying, hey, I'm confident, hey, I'm cool. You're just saying hi and everything is conveyed. We're going to continue talking about leveling behaviors here. Okay. I know the lighting is not that ill. We're just going to have to work with it. And she can know this is like a 2 out of 10. It's simple when we talk about these visual appearance things, but it's no less critical when we talk about that other shit. Okay. Something like that. Way better than the Kmart guy, but still nobody's going to look at you and be like, oh my god, that cat's so well dressed, right? The next level up might be like you wear brands, but they don't necessarily fit you that well. They don't necessarily coordinate that well, but they're nice brands. Alright, say for example you're wearing like a business suit, right? A relatively nice business suit. Not cheap, but not like super tailored. Not like Italian, super cut, bespoke to your body. I was dead to you. The idea of leveling is more simple when you talk about visual things. It's a little more complicated when you talk about behaviors. It's a little more complicated when you talk about behaviors. One of them is being bold. If you're a guy who's never had a lot of social success, constantly had negative social feedback, you're probably going to be very socially timid. That's the behavior of a guy who's very socially timid. For me, for instance, I can let it get me down that they put me on disactive disability, or I can let it boast me up to, hey, they didn't disbar me because they think I'm so fucking bum. Okay, so It indicates that you don't think you're so shit that you're not afraid to be socially confident, but you can be bold in a way that's socially uncalibrated and kind of try hard. It's kind of the equivalent of somebody who has money. They don't have to tell you they have money. They can walk around and just tell you I'm rich. Hey girl, I'm confident. That shows that you're not actually truly confident. It's better than just fucking staring at your shoes like a shoegazer all fucking night, but it's not as good as it could be.
Turn left, then turn left. Head west on Wilshire Boulevard toward South Mansfield Avenue, then turn left onto South Mansfield Avenue.
Alright. It indicates that you're not like so low level that you're too scared to be bold or unconfident. On the other hand, it's socially uncalibrated and it's try hard. It's kind of like the equivalent of somebody who has money. If you have to tell somebody, hey girl, I'm confident, that shows you're not actually truly that confident. If you have to tell somebody he has your money, you're probably not that rich. That's going to level you at like a 4 or 5.
In 300 feet, turn left onto West 8th Street.
Let's say then you learn how to be confident, a little cocky, obvious, but you're congruent with it in a way that doesn't seem quite so try hard. Maybe that's like a 7 or 8 leveling behavior. And then like the truly 9 or 10 leveling behavior is like when you have money, but you don't have to tell anybody. You're not saying, hey, I'm confident, hey, I'm cool. You're just saying hi and everything is conveyed. All right, so those are the different kind of leveling behaviors. Let's talk about, you have a behavior that levels you at a 7. Say maybe you have a bold direct opener. A bold direct opener executed relatively well says you're like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. You use that opener on a girl as a 6, 7.5, 8 out of 10, and she's going to love you for it. Because she's going to see that this guy has higher value than me. And very clearly that's the case. And very clearly, he's not so much higher value than me that he's not going to cheat on me, ditch me, and desert me. As a girl is a 6.5 and a 7, she's looking for a girl at exactly your caliber. And you're giving her clear, honest indicator that you are that caliber. She's going to like it. And she might even expressly tell you that she likes it. She might even tell you later, hey, that was really attractive. Hey, I really like that thing about you. So you learned that this behavior is very attractive because you got compliments about it. And so you go do it on a girl who's a 9. But to her, that behavior that's saying, hey, I'm a 7, 7.5, 8, she's not interested. That's not a win for her because she can get a guy who's a 9. So that's actually a loss for her. Instead of her being like, wow, I'm impressed, I'm attracted, she's going to be like, cool, thanks for trying, have a nice night, nice to meet you. And this is what makes games so hard to learn. Because the very same thing that worked for you and that you even got compliments on and that you drew away as a lesson that was good game is the exact same thing that is now fucking you up in your game. The exact same thing that worked before is the exact same reason you're not working it. And this is a huge reason why guys get into plateaus. This is a huge reason why guys get better, and better. And then they will just completely stagnate at a particular level because the exact thing that got them there is this same exact thing that is keeping them there and keeping them from leveling up. So the question that's probably on your mind at this point is, how do I identify leveling behaviors and how do I correct leveling behaviors? Because GI, Zach, ZC, what should I do about this? So I'll give you some tips for both. First of all, how to identify leveling behaviors. Like I mentioned, it's a little bit tough because they don't always fail. In fact, by definition, a leveling behavior should succeed at a certain level and should fail at below that level. And that's why it's paradoxical and that's why it's difficult. However, leveling behaviors will tend to be gimmicky. If you catch yourself doing things in your game that even while they may seem to work sometimes, they're different than your behavior around your good friends, different than your behavior around girls you're already dating, those tend to be gimmicky behaviors. So if you're getting attraction based on some little glitch in the matrix or some little unusual behavior, then there's a good chance it'll work in some contexts and not work in other contexts. And it won't be a leveling behavior. If you're getting attraction based on your genuinely being yourself and being the same person you are around people who you believe have value with, that's probably not gimmicky. That's probably a much more genuine display of value. And that's probably something that will transcend that leveling threshold. So ask yourself, am I putting on a persona? Am I acting differently than I would with my friends? Am I acting differently than I would with a girl I'm already dating? A girl I already believe is going to go home with me no matter what. If any of these things are true, then it's quite possible that your behavior is a leveling behavior and you may need to work on that, bitch. Okay, now if your behavior is working for you, by all means, keep doing that shit, motherfucker. But be aware that it might be a leveling behavior. And look for alternatives. Look for other ways to achieve the same things in your interactions that are more natural and that are leveling so that when you do reach that plateau, you won't be stuck there. And you won't be sitting there banging your head against the wall for months, not making the improvement, because that is one of the most frustrating fucking things in game. All right, that's enough for now.